IEC Results Operations Center. That's where our reporter Mzwandile Mbeje is standing by with the very latest. Mzwandile, good afternoon. Just how close are we to the final election results announcements, at least for Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni?
A very good afternoon to you. We are close to reaching the end of the road. We are at around, in fact, we are at 99%. I know that Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni are still outstanding. It's you can see already something is happening to show that we are well close to finalizing this event. But I'm not going to say much because there is someone who's more qualified to say that the Deputy Chief Electoral Officer, Simon Mabolo, to give us an update on the whole process. Welcome, Mr. Mabolo. We see that 99% is refusing to move. What's the problem?
We just concluded Ekurhuleni, and we are left with the city of Johannesburg to declare. This being a very hotly contested election, never before has our country seen an election as contested as this one. The need to be perfectly accurate within the capturing process, having had to increase our verification and safeguards around results, have obviously led to these delays. However, we are still working, and we'll finish the city of Johannesburg still today. It's been a long 2 years of preparation. Now we are pulling down the curtain on everything that we started 2 years ago.
I know that there's already preparations to announce the official results at 6. Can we be certain that the process will be concluded by then?
Well, all efforts are going to be pulled to ensure that the process is concluded by the time the announcement is made.
I don't know whether you are the right person to ask this question. It appears there are many municipalities which are hung municipalities, including the metros. Ordinarily, they would have to go for coalitions. But what if perhaps one of those people who can make a difference in that coalition says, well, I'm not taking part?
Well, I think it is for those councils themselves and the parties involved to resolve that. It's not a matter for the Commission. We do hope, though, as an institution that is responsible for the management of elections, that parties will find the resources amongst themselves to work together for the sake of our communities. They'll find the generosity of spirit, the patriotism, spirit of patriotism, to ensure that the resultant councils can function so that people can continue to receive services that are so needed within communities.
I know that they need to constitute, I think, councils, within 14 days. If that doesn't happen, what happens? Is there a provision for a runoff or a rerun?
No, there is none. The only circumstance where a by-election that involves the entirety of council comes about is when the MEC for local government in a specific province dissolves the council. So this circumstance it does not deal with, does not implicate the dissolution of councils.
So in the event there is a stalemate, what happens?
They would have, political parties would have to negotiate amongst those that are in council to find a solution. Otherwise, it is for the MEC for local government to see whether there could be a dissolution. Only once there is a dissolution, which is rarely granted in exceptional circumstances because there's a constitutional guarantee for the independence of local government. So the constitutional edifice is such that MECs must approach the matter with great caution.
So the Johannesburg and basically it's the Johannesburg the only one that's outstanding? Because we've just said Ekurhuleni is now completed.
Ekurhuleni is done and declared. Johannesburg working extremely hard to ensure that those verifications are done and we have results before we commence the.
In terms of percentage, what was the last count for Johannesburg?
There's about 50 exceptions we are dealing with. Once they're cleared, then we should have a result.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was Saima Mabula, the Deputy Chief Electoral Officer, giving us an update on what is happening. While a lot of work has been done, 99% votes declared, we just left with a few in Johannesburg. I can tell you that, as you can see, that there's activity behind me. They are preparing for the official declaration of results at 6 o'clock. We know that President Jacob Zuma will be here to receive those results. It's back to the studio.